G'day everyone. Life is beautiful. I've just, like a lot of us, been on Facebook, and I've been off it for a while because Facebook is like a drug. You get addicted to it, you sort of get used to it, and then when you're not on it, it's sort of weird. But the thing is, you'd think with a platform like Facebook, we would actually educate ourselves, we would lift each other, we would create a positive energy, spread love, spread enthusiasm, spread positivity. But Facebook has become a platform for the exact opposite of that. The very nature of Facebook is built on hate. In this instance, they've realized that hate equals profit. Now, in the 70s, when there's a lot of unemployment and whatever in England, whenever there's a social catastrophe on whatever level, someone's going to make money from it, okay? People package these catastrophes, market them, and make money. Now, Malcolm McLaren, in the 70s, when there was a lot of unemployment and whatnot in England, he got together a bunch of ratbags, tore their clothes up and shit, called them punks, and called the band the Sex Pistols. And Malcolm McLaren actually ended up wearing a shirt. He had a shirt that said "Cash from Chaos." Now, Facebook is doing the same, but they're making cash from hate. Now, I say this because I've tried to disengage in comments and that bullshit barrage of verbal abuse that you get from usually unemployed or welfare receiving keyboard warriors. Now, the sad thing is, if I had something better to do right now, I would be doing it. I would be doing something constructive with my life. But I'm not another one of those peasants who's been sucked into the vortex of hate on Facebook. And that's why I'm doing this verbally, to clarify a few things for myself and hopefully for a couple of other people. The fact that you cannot disable your comments on Facebook means it's proof that its algorithms, therefore its profit, is reliant on hate. Do you understand? Because if I could disengage, if I put up a post and I said, I don't like dogs, and that's all I wanted to say, if I could disengage comments, that would be it. It'd be left at that. So only one person might see the fact that I don't like dogs, or maybe 5. But if I say I don't like dogs on a post and I can't disable the comments, sooner or later, some keyboard warrior is going to say, you're a fucking loser and an asshole for not liking dogs, right? So I'll respond. I'll defend myself. Other people will jump on board. And all this hate speech generates more and more and more algorithms. I am convinced Zuckerberg himself in his office in Facebook land, in wherever he is, has full-time trollers. So even if a thread is going well and there's too much positivity in there, they've got trolls out there to throw hate comments in, because hate comments generate more comments, generates algorithms generate cash, therefore hate generates profit. Now, every uneducated, ignorant moron has jumped on Facebook with a cause, with a belief, and whatever. And you would think with all this information at our hands, that information would be reliable. It's quite the contrary. Times are so tough, we're looking to cling to someone, something, anything. I've had people cling to me. I'm a lost soul going through midlife crisis with no job. And people have messaged me saying, Con, help us, right? So if you speak any shit and make it sound convincing, right, matter of fact, whatever, people are so desperate, they'll latch onto it. But they will latch onto it in an absolute way. In that, if you don't agree with them, you're against them. So again, what's happening? The powers that be, and I'm not a conspiracy theorist, this is fact. The powers that be need to control people. How do you control people? I even hate saying this shit. Instill fear, okay? Instill hate. 2 oldest tricks in the book: divide and conquer, and instill fear. It's not rocket science. So Facebook is training everyone These half-witted morons that have no intellectual capacity for a logical and intellectual debate think that they have the answers. And if you look into what they're saying on a quick 3-second Google search, you look at it and you confirm that their information's wrong, and you actually think, can this bloke that people are following actually even read? Right? So it's just, don't fall into the hate vortex. And also people are going on about oppression and the powers that be that oppress us and whatever. And if you try to put forward a case to neutralize that sort of an opinion, intellectually and logically, they shit on you on Facebook with personal attacks. Your wife looks ugly, the this, the that. So we're dealing with a bunch of people who intellectually are 12 years old. They're probably 30 to 50 years old behind the keyboards on Facebook at home, unemployed, receiving welfare, telling us the world is fucked, right? I told this one bloke, I said, and he's got a Greek name. I said, mate, if you're not that happy, fuck off back to Greece, right? And he wouldn't go because as a man in Greece, you've got to serve the army and you don't get paid and you don't get fucking welfare. But while he's here, he's harping on about this, that, and the other, and personally attacks me and puts my name up on his friggin' Facebook page. Now, good luck to him. I actually feel sorry for these people because they've been sucked in to the very system they think they're fighting against. They have become puppets to the system that they think they are trying to save. And it's those very puppets that have been put into society, right, very stealthily, for want of a better word, to destabilize society. They're not, the powers that be are not offering us solutions, they're offering us welfare in Australia. And we're lucky because most countries don't get welfare. So we shouldn't bite the hand that feeds us, right? And if you want to get welfare, fine, but there should be a law, whereas if you speak against the government that's giving you money, you forfeit your right to welfare. Right? We've become spoiled. Welfare is not a good thing. Request work, request development, not welfare. Okay? Because if we're all on welfare, we've got too much time on our hands, we start walking around with our cameras, thinking it's everything else's fault and everyone else's fault except ours. I've got to get a life. I've got to chase my dreams, and I've just got to learn to love everyone, okay? And don't fall into the game. Have a great day, and you've got better things to do than watch me, surely. All the best.